networking in the film industry. How did I get my job on Gilmore Girls? How did I become union? And what is my advice for anyone that is working any job, much less trying to get a job in this industry? Hi, I'm Valerie. I was the key set costumer on Gilmore Girls, and let's talk about how I got the job on that show. I was at an event. It was like a networking event, and Brenda was there. Brenda was our costume supervisor. She later became the costume designer of Gilmore Girls. We clicked, and a short time later, she was like, "Hey, I'm doing a pilot. Would you like to come work on it?" And that pilot did not get picked up. But it did star Claire Danes. I worked with Claire Danes before Claire Danes was even Claire Danes, right? Isn't that crazy? So a few, maybe like a year and a half later, Brenda gets the call for Gilmore Girls, and she hires someone else that she had worked with, but they had to get another job. And so Brenda was like scrambling to find someone else to replace them. And she remembered that she had worked with me and she really liked working with me. Um, and then she asked if I could work on Gilmore Girls. But I think we kind of ran into each other again, like after not seeing each other. So it really is important to like keep in touch with people, because if you don't keep in touch, they're going to forget you exist. Now let's talk about the whole keeping in touch. And this is the best thing, the best way is find a very natural and organic way to keep in touch with people. For me, I make ice cream, which is why my name is Valerie's Cat Ice Cream. And we have little parties and potlucks. And back when I lived in Echo Park, there was an art gallery around the corner from our house. And once a month, they'd have an art opening. And once a month, I would have a little party at my house. And then we would all walk down to the art gallery and we'd come back up for ice cream. And I'd send an email, and whoever the first person to RSVP got to pick whatever flavor it was. And it was sort of like the thing. Like people would come, and it did not matter how many people came. It was not about the people coming. The reason that I sent those emails was to keep in touch with the people, all of the people, not just the people that were coming to the parties. And this was a way that I could say to them, hey, I still exist. Don't forget I exist. I am still a costumer. Please hire me, even though we haven't worked together. And so people got to know me, and they knew that I was going to send this email. And that email was a very nice way of being able to keep in touch without actually having to say, hey, I'm looking for work. And a lot of times I wasn't looking for work because I already had work. Okay, how did I get in the union? So I worked a lot of non-union shows. And eventually, one show I got hired on, I just happened to be at that particular place at the right time, and the person hired me, and I got days. And then I got hired on another show because I had written a letter to a costume designer many, many years before. It was the same person that I had interned with. And they were like, can you work on this show called, what was it? Fallen Angels. It was on Showtime. So I ended up working on that, and the show turned union, and I ended up getting more days. And then I had enough. And then the union was like, hey, come join the union. And so I did. So a lot of it is just getting enough days to be able to do the thing that you really, really want to do. But let's talk about that thing. Right now, this industry is in dire straits. I would not suggest pursuing it. If you can find some other thing to do, do it. That being said, if you still want to do this industry, it's going to be a long, hard road, and you really need to network as much as possible. And be the best at that job that you can be. One thing that the biggest criticism of anyone that is getting in the industry, or people that are already in the industry, is they're not moldable. You want to be able to ask questions so that you can do things the way that the people that you are working for would like to do that job. Always ask questions. Never be afraid to ask questions. Never be afraid to put yourself out there, especially in the, hey, I'm looking for work category, but find natural and easy ways that will help you break through the ice at getting a hold of these people. Because it's a lot of time, it's the last person that calls is the first person that gets the job. It's not the person that you know for a million years. It's the last person that calls you because you're fresh on their mind. And you want to just be fresh on that person's mind. Anyways, I hope I covered if you have any other questions, please ask it in the comment section. Bye.